These are not the animals from a children's story. Are you ready to create with feral hogs are aggressive? Press next and enter an audio prompt by nearly every measure available. They've been winning for decades. Are you ready to create
Somewhere
with
in Texas right now,
press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound.
roaming the state.
Hey, how are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut?
Living in the entire
Press
country.
next and enter an
For
audio
decades,
prompt and
they've
see how I
shrugged
sound.
off fences,
Hey,
poison,
how are you
and
today?
gunfire.
Are you ready to create
Absorbing
with
whatever
CapCut?
landowners have
Press
thrown
next
at them
and enter an audio
simply
prompt and see
continuing
how I
on
sound.
largely unaffected.
Hey, how are you
While
today?
the associated
Are you ready
damage
to
keeps
create with
climbing
CapCut?
year after year.
Press next and enter an
But
audio
a small
prompt and
group of
see how I
farmers
sound.
scattered across a
Hey,
few different
how are you
states
today? Are you ready
eventually
to create with
stopped
CapCut?
fighting harder and started
Press
fighting
next and enter
smarter
an audio
instead.
prompt and see how
And
I
the
sound.
herds that had ruined
Hey,
their
how are
land
you
for
today?
years
Are you ready to
simply
create with
stopped
CapCut?
coming.
Press
No
next
army
and
of
enter an
hunters
audio
working through
prompt
the
and see
night.
how I
No
sound.
all-consuming trapping
How are you
campaigns
today?
burning
Are
through
you ready to
money
create
and
with
manpower.
CapCut?
Just
Press
a handful
next
of
and enter an
quiet,
audio prompt and see
deceptively
how I
simple
sound.
ideas
Hey,
that
how are
turn
you
the
today?
hog's
Are
own
you ready to
biology
create with
directly
CapCut?
against it.
Press
Start
next
with the
and enter an
scale of
audio
the
prompt
problem
and see how I
because
sound.
it's genuinely difficult
How
to
are you today?
overstate.
Are you ready to create
Texas
with
alone is
CapCut?
home to an
Press
estimated
next and enter an audio
2.6
prompt and
million
see how I
feral
sound.
hogs,
Hey,
according to
how are you
figures from
today?
Texas
Are you ready to
Parks and
create with
Wildlife.
CapCut?
Nationwide,
Press next and enter an
estimates put
audio
the total
prompt and see how I
considerably
sound.
higher.
Hey,
Somewhere in the
how are you
range of
today?
6 to
Are you ready to
7
create
million
with
animals
CapCut?
spread across
Press
roughly
next and enter an audio
35
prompt and see how I
states.
sound.
A dramatic
Hey, how are
expansion
you today?
from just
Are you ready to
17
create
states
with
back in
CapCut?
1990.
Press next and
Depending
enter
on
an
which
audio
specific
prompt and
study
see
you
how I
consult,
sound.
feral
Hey,
hogs
how are you
cause
today?
somewhere
Are you
between
ready to create with
500
CapCut?
million and
Press next and
$2.5
enter an
billion
audio prompt
in
and see
damage
how I
across
sound.
the United States
Hey,
every
how are
single
you
year.
today? Are you ready to
A
create with
fairly
CapCut?
wide range that
Press
mostly
next and
reflects
enter
the
an
fact
audio
that
prompt
different
and see how I
researchers
sound.
count different
Hey,
categories
how are
of
you
loss,
today? Are you ready to
direct
create with
crop
CapCut?
damage, pasture
Press
land
next and enter
destruction,
an audio
infrastructure
prompt and see
repair,
how I sound.
control costs,
Hey, how are you
labor hours
today?
spent
Are you
managing
ready
the
to
problem.
create with CapCut?
But every version
Press
of that
next
number,
and enter an
regardless
audio
of
prompt and
methodology,
see how I sound.
lands somewhere
Hey,
in the
how are you
range of
today?
enormous.
Are you ready to create with
Virtually
CapCut?
all of them
Press
agree
next
the
and enter
figure
an
keeps
audio prompt
climbing
and see how
rather
I
than
sound.
stabilizing.
Hey, how are you today?
Part of what
Are you
makes
ready
these
to create
animals
with
so
CapCut?
uniquely difficult
Press
to control
next and enter an audio
isn't really
prompt and
about
see how
raw
I
numbers at
sound.
all.
Hey,
It's about
how
what
are
they
you today?
actually are
Are you ready to create
biologically.
with CapCut?
Today's
Press
feral
next
hogs
and enter an
aren't
audio
wild
prompt
animals
and
in
see how
any
I
traditional
sound.
evolutionary
Hey,
sense.
how are you today?
They're the
Are you
product
ready
of
to create with
generations
CapCut?
of largely
Press
uncontrolled
next and enter an
crossbreeding
audio
between
prompt and see
escaped
how I
domestic
sound.
farm pigs
Hey,
and
how are you
Eurasian
today?
wild boar,
Are you ready to create
animals
with
that
CapCut?
were originally
Press
imported
next and enter an
specifically
audio
for
prompt
sport
and see
hunting
how I
purposes
sound.
decades ago.
Hey, how are you today?
C,
Are you ready to
combined
create
with
with
generations
CapCut?
of adaptation
Press
to a
next and
fully
enter an audio
unmanaged
prompt and see
existence
how
in
I
the
sound.
wild.
Hey,
What
how are you
emerged from
today?
that
Are you ready to
particular
create
genetic
with CapCut?
combination carries
Press next
social
and enter audio
intelligence
prompt
and
and
group
see how I
coordination
sound.
typical of
Hey,
a domestic
how are you
pig,
today? Are you
layered
ready to
together
create
with
with
the
CapCut?
raw physical
Press
toughness
next
and
and enter an
environmental
audio prompt
resilience
and
of
see
a
how I
true
sound.
wild boar.
Hey, how are you
And
today?
something
Are you
arguably
ready
more
to create with
dangerous than
CapCut?
either trait
Press
individually.
next and enter an audio
An
prompt and
unusually
see how I
fast
sound.
capacity to learn from
Hey,
failure.
how are you today?
A
Are you
hog
ready to
that
create with
receives a
CapCut?
shock from an electric
Press
fence
next and enter an
doesn't
audio
simply
prompt
learn
and see
to
how I
avoid that
sound.
one specific
Hey,
fence
how are
going
you
forward.
today? Are you ready to
It
create with
learns,
CapCut?
more broadly,
Press next
that
and enter
fences
an
in
audio
general tend
prompt
to
and
have
see how I
exploitable
sound.
weak points somewhere.
Hey, how are you
And it
today?
begins
Are you
actively
ready to
testing
create
for
with
those
CapCut?
weaknesses elsewhere
Press
on the
next
property.
and enter an
A
audio
herd
prompt
that
and see how I
survives one
sound.
night of concentrated
Hey,
hunting
how are you
pressure
today?
doesn't
Are you ready to
panic and
create with
permanently
CapCut?
scatter the way many
Press
prey
next and enter an
species
audio
would.
prompt and see
It
how I
adapts its
sound.
behavior
Hey,
and returns
how are you
later.
today? Are
Having
you ready to
become
create with
measurably
CapCut?
better at
Press
avoiding whatever
next and enter
specific
an audio
tactic
prompt
was
and
used
see how I
against it the
sound.
first time.
Hey, how are you today?
Wildlife
Are you ready to
researchers
create with
studying
CapCut?
stress responses
Press
in these
next and
animals
enter an
have
audio
found
prompt
something
and see how I
genuinely
sound.
unusual.
Hey,
Feral
how are you
hogs
today?
appear to
Are you ready
register
to create
fear
with
quite
CapCut?
differently than
Press
most
next and enter
comparable
an
prey
audio
animals
prompt
do.
and see how I sound.
Essentially, at
Hey,
a different
how are you
level of
today? Are
neurological
you ready to
wiring.
create with CapCut?
When the available food
Press
reward
next
is
and enter an
sufficiently
audio
high,
prompt and see
the
how I
underlying
sound.
drive to keep
Hey,
eating
how are
tends
you
to
today?
override
Are you
typical
ready to
alarm
create with
responses
CapCut?
entirely,
Press
rather than
next and
simply
enter an
losing
audio
out
prompt
to
and see how
caution
I
the way
sound.
it does
Hey,
in
how
most
are you
other
today?
species
Are you ready to
facing
create with
similar
CapCut?
risk. The
Press
difference
next
helps
and enter an
explain
audio
why
prompt
so
and
many
see how I
traditional
sound.
deterrents work
Hey,
initially
how are you today?
and
Are you
stop
ready to
working
create with
entirely
CapCut?
after just a
Press
handful of
next and enter
encounters.
an audio prompt and
Once
see
the
how I
animal
sound.
has effectively
Hey, how are you
recalibrated
today?
its own
Are you
risk
ready to create
assessment
with
around
CapCut?
that specific threat.
Press next and enter an
The
audio
documented
prompt and see
resistance
how I
to
sound.
conventional tactics
Hey,
is
how are exactly
today?
what's
Are
pushed
you ready
a
to
number
create
of
with
individual
CapCut?
landowners
Press next
toward a
and enter an
fundamentally
audio
different
prompt to
approach.
see how I sound.
Or one
Hey,
grounded,
how are you
less
today?
implying
Are you
greater
ready to
force
create with
and more
CapCut?
genuinely
Press next
understanding
and
how the
enter an
animal
audio
actually
prompt to see how I
perceives and
sound.
processes its
Hey,
immediate
how are you
environment.
today? Are you ready to
Take
create with
something as
CapCut?
seemingly simple as
Press
fencing
next and
design.
enter an audio
A
prompt to
feral
see how I
hog's night
sound.
vision is
Hey,
genuinely
how are you
quite
today?
poor beyond
Are you ready to
roughly
create with
15
CapCut?
meters of distance.
Press next
But
and
that
enter an
physical
audio
limitation
prompt to see
doesn't
how I sound.
automatically mean the
Hey,
animal
how are
can't
you
still
today?
find
Are
a
you ready to
reliable
create
way
with
through a
CapCut?
barrier.
Press next
Rather
and
than
enter an audio
perceiving a
prompt to
fence
see
as
how I
one
sound.
continuous
Hey,
solid
how are
wall,
you today? Are you ready
a
to
hog
create with
instead
CapCut?
reads the structure
Press
as a
next and
series
enter
of
an audio
contrast
prompt and
points,
see how I sound.
places where light
Hey,
glints
how are you
visibly
today?
off
Are you ready
exposed
to
metal,
create with CapCut?
dark gaps
Press next
sitting
and enter
between
an audio
individual
prompt to
bars
see
or
how I
posts.
sound.
Spots
Hey,
where
how are you
pale
today?
ground
Are you
abruptly
ready to
drops
create with
away into
CapCut?
deeper shadow.
Press next and enter an
Effectively
audio prompt
reads
to
those
see how I
specific
sound.
contrast points
Hey,
the way
how
a
are you
person
today?
might read a
Are you
map.
ready to create with CapCut?
Using them to
Press
identify
next and
exactly
enter an
where
audio prompt to
structural
see how I
weaknesses
sound.
are most likely
Hey,
to exist.
how are you today? Are you ready
A
to create with
standard
CapCut?
shiny metal
Press
fence
next and enter
constructed
an
with
audio
bright,
prompt and see how I
reflective
sound.
bars and
Hey,
evenly
how are you
spaced
today?
gaps
Are you ready
can
to
end up
create with
functioning
CapCut?
almost like a diagram.
Press next and enter an
inadvertently
audio
showing
prompt
the
and see
animal
how I sound.
precisely where its own
Hey,
weak
how are
points
you
are
today?
located.
Are you ready to create with
Landowners
CapCut?
who've
Press
experimented with
next and
switching
enter
to
an audio
flat,
prompt and see how I
deliberately
sound.
non-reflective,
Hey, how are
dark
you today?
today? Are you ready to create with solid barrier material? Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. I've reported dramatic reductions in breaking attempts. Are you ready to create with because the resulting fence became physically stronger or more difficult to breach in any mechanical sense? How are you today? Are you ready to create with simply because it stopped offering the animal any usable visual information to read in the dark? Hey, how are you today? Are you ready to create with even more significant factor in how these animals navigate and see how I sound? And it's considerably harder to counter directly than a simple visual cue. Press next and enter audio doesn't merely detect an individual odor the way many animals do. Are you ready to create with CapCut? It's capable of building something closer to a continuously updated map of scent distributed across both time and physical space. Distinguishing a genuinely fresh trail from one that's an hour or more old. How are you today? Steering deliberately toward whichever source registers as strong as an audio prompt and see how I sound. Since fresher scent generally signals that a food source is still actively present. Press next and enter an audio prompt. Their sense of smell is sensitive enough to reliably detect buried food sitting nearly a full meter under an audio prompt and see how I sound. Attempting to simply mask, hide, or eliminate a field's existing scent profile. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Against an animal with this level of olfactory capability. Press next and enter an audio approach that some landowners have successfully implemented takes the opposite tack entirely. Press next and enter audio prompt and see how I sound. Deliberately lay out a competing scent trail instead. A series of bait points arranged in a line with each one progressively stronger than the last. How are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. At the far end of that trail. Hey, how are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. From the original target field. How are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Being offered a more compelling alternative. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Hey, an approach that tends to prove considerably more reliable over time than trying to an audio prompt and see how I sound. Hide an animal equipped with one of the more sophisticated noses found anywhere in the broader. Press next and enter an audio prompt. Matters nearly as much as either of those first two factors. Are you ready to create with CapCut? That gets overlooked entirely. Press next and enter an audio prompt. Feral hogs tend to maintain a surprisingly consistent daily activity. Are you ready to create with CapCut? With fairly narrow windows and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Well after dark. Hey, how are you today? The animals are measurably bolder and considerably more willing to accept risk than they are during quieter daylight or early evening. Are you ready to create with CapCut? Trail camera footage tracking and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound over a period of several weeks. How are you today? Are you ready to create particular activity windows? Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Allowing a landowner to run traps. How are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Only during the hours that genuinely matter, rather than maintaining an expensive, resource-intensive, round the clock setup that mostly just gives the animals additional undisturbed opportunities to study. How are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? There's also documented evidence suggesting hogs remember not merely that a particular location is dangerous in some general sense. Press next and enter an audio specifically dangerous at a particular time of day. How are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Place and time. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Following a genuine close call. How are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? That memory effect means a single well-timed, genuinely effective intervention can end up buying considerably more sustained quiet on a property than its scale alone would initially suggest. How are you today? There's a subtler complication running underneath all of this that trips up a surprising number of otherwise well-designed control efforts. Are you ready to create with CapCut? Every single time press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Checking traps directly. Are you ready to create with CapCut? Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Hey, how are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Recognize and specifically associate audio prompt and see how I sound. Researchers studying this behavior. Are you ready to create with CapCut? Feral hogs. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Specific people. Hey, how are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Will adjust their own behavior. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how much of a demonstrated threat. Hey, how are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Press next and enter an audio frequently someone patrols their own property in person. How are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? The more predictable and easily detectable they actually become to the exact animals they're trying to outmaneuver. Press this dynamic is part of what's driven a broader shift toward monitoring methods that minimize direct human presence on the ground. Press next and enter an audio prompt. A number of larger agricultural operations have started incorporating drones equipped with thermal imaging cameras, audio prompt and see how I sound. Automated software capable of distinguishing hogs from cattle without human input. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Directly to ground crews without requiring anyone to physically walk the property beforehand. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Hey, hogs have had literally thousands of years of evolutionary pressure to develop audio prompt and see how I sound. Ground level threats. Hey, how are you today? Specifically, are you ready to create with CapCut? Human scent. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Vehicle. Hey, how are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? These animals press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Response to whatsoever. Hey, how are you today? Which helps explain why aerial thermal monitoring. Press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Number of documented control programs. How are you today? Are you ready to create with CapCut? Water access turns out to be one of the more reliably powerful tools available to landowners. How are you today? Precisely because unlike food availability, press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Substitutable in any meaningful way. Are you ready to create with CapCut? Black functional press next and enter an audio prompt and see how I sound. Wallowing directly in water and wet mud represents
Are you ready to
essentially
create with
the only
CapCut?
truly effective
Press
mechanism
next and enter
for
an audio
regulating
prompt
body
and see how I
temperature
sound.
during genuinely
Hey,
hot
how are you today? Are you ready
On
to
an
create
ordinary
with
day,
CapCut?
these animals
Press
require a
next and
meaningful
enter an
volume of
audio
water
prompt and see how I
simply to
sound.
maintain normal
Hey,
function.
how are you today?
During
Are you
periods
ready
of
to create with
extreme heat,
CapCut?
that underlying
Press
requirement
next and
can
enter an
vary
audio
nearly
prompt
double.
and see how I
With
sound.
prolonged water
Hey,
deprivation
how are
under
you
those
today?
conditions,
Are you ready to create
becoming
with
genuinely
CapCut?
dangerous to the
Press
animal
next
and
and
enter
enter
an
an
audio
audio
within a
prompt
matter
and
of
see how I
hours
sound.
rather than
Hey,
days.
how are you today? Are you
Landowners
ready
have
to create
deliberately
with
sealed
CapCut?
off every naturally
Press
occurring
next and
water
enter an
source
audio
across the
prompt and
property,
see how I sound.
while simultaneously
Hey, how are
leaving
you today?
exactly
Are you
one
ready to create
controlled
with CapCut?
cap-equipped water point
Press
available
next and enter an
and
audio
accessible.
prompt and see
I've
how I
reported
sound.
that hogs will
Hey, how
initially
are you
approach
today?
that
Are
remaining
you ready to
source
create
with
with
considerable
CapCut?
caution.
Press next
But
and enter an
sustained
audio
heat
prompt and see how I
and
sound.
thirst build
Hey,
progressively
how are you
over the
today?
following
Are you
weeks.
ready to create with
Traffic
CapCut?
at that single remaining
Press
water
next and
source
enter an audio
tends to
prompt and
increase
see how I
steadily
sound.
and predictably
Hey, how are you
until
today?
it
Are
effectively
you ready to
becomes
create
the
with
dominant
CapCut?
draw pulling the
Press
herd
next
in
and
on a
enter an
nightly
audio
basis.
prompt and see
At
how I
which point,
sound.
a properly
Hey, how
designed
are you
trap
today?
positioned
Are you ready
around
to
that
create
water
with
source can
CapCut?
prove highly
Press
effective.
next and enter an
Generally
audio prompt and
considerably
see
more
how I
so than
sound.
food-based
Hey,
baiting
how are you
alone
today? Are
tends
you
to
ready to
achieve
create
under
with CapCut?
comparable conditions
Press
and
next and
timeframes.
enter an audio prompt
Even
and see how I
accounting for
sound.
every one of these
Hey,
individual
how are you
methods
today?
working
Are you ready
reasonably
to
well
create
in
with CapCut?
combination,
Press
there remains a
next and
deeper
enter
and
an
more
audio prompt
structural
and see how I
mathematical
sound.
problem that meaningfully
Hey, how are
limits
you
how
today?
much
Are you
simple
ready to
removal
create with
alone
CapCut?
can ever accomplish
Press
on its
next
own
and
over
enter an
time.
audio prompt and see
A
how I
single
sound.
sow is capable
Hey,
of
how are
producing
you
two
today?
separate
Are you
litters
ready
per
to
year,
create with CapCut?
with each litter typically
Press next
containing
and enter an
5 or
audio
6
prompt and
individual
see how I
piglets.
sound.
On
Hey,
under
how are
favorable
you today?
conditions,
Are you ready to
feral
create
hog
with CapCut?
populations are
Press
capable
next
of
and
growing
enter an audio
by well
prompt
over
and see how I
100%
sound.
within a single
Hey, how
calendar
are you
year.
today? Are you ready to create
Remove
with
a
CapCut?
substantial number of
Press
animals
next
from
and
given
enter an
property
audio
during
prompt
one
and see how I
particular
sound.
season.
Hey,
And the
how are you
surviving
today?
remnant
Are you ready to
population
create
can
with
often
CapCut?
rebound past
Press
its original
next and enter
starting
an audio
size within
prompt and
roughly
see
a
how I
year.
sound.
Simply
Hey,
because
how are
the
you today?
underlying
Are you ready
reproductive
to
rate
create with
consistently
CapCut?
outpaces
Press next
whatever
and enter an
removal
audio
effort was
prompt and see
applied.
how I sound.
That fundamental
Hey, how are you
mathematical
today?
reality
Are you ready
is
to
a
create with
significant
CapCut?
part of what's
Press
pushed
next and
researchers
enter an
toward
audio prompt and see
actively
how I
exploring
sound. Hey,
immunocontraceptive
how are you
bait,
today? Are you
vaccines
ready to create with
specifically
CapCut?
designed for
Press
feral
next
swine
and enter an audio
populations.
prompt and see
A
how I
single-dose
sound.
approach engineered
Hey,
to
how are you
suppress
today? Are
ongoing
you ready to
breeding
create
within a
with CapCut?
population
Press
without
next and enter
requiring
an audio
physical
prompt and
capture
see how
or
I
direct
sound.
injection of
Hey,
every
how are
single
you today?
individual
Are you
animal
ready to create
involved.
with CapCut?
The underlying
next and enter
strategy
an audio
isn't
prompt and see how
necessarily
I
to
sound.
eliminate an
Hey,
entire
how are
herd
you today?
outright in
Are you
one
ready to
aggressive
create with
push.
CapCut?
It's instead
Press
to
next and
specifically
enter an audio
target
prompt and
whichever
see how I
animals
sound.
happen to be doing
Hey,
the
how are you
majority of
today?
the actual
Are you ready to
breeding
create
within a
with
given
CapCut?
group.
Press
Gradually
next and
reduce
enter an
overall
audio prompt and see
population
how I
numbers
sound.
over an extended
Hey,
period,
how are you today?
while
Are you
deliberately
ready to
keeping
create
the
with
herd's
CapCut?
existing social
Press
structure
next and enter an
reasonably
audio
intact,
prompt and see how I
specifically
sound.
so that entirely
Hey,
new,
how are you today? Are you ready
completely
to create with
unmanaged herds
CapCut?
don't simply
Press
move
next
into
and enter an
surrounding
audio
areas to
prompt and
fill
see how I
whatever
sound.
population
Hey,
vacuum
how
gets
are you
left
today?
behind
Are you
by
ready
more
to create
aggressive
with
removal
CapCut?
efforts.
Press next and
Looking
enter an
across
audio
all
prompt
of these
and see how
different
I
approaches
sound.
together as a
Hey,
connected
how are you
whole,
today? Are you
there's
ready
a
to create with
remarkably
CapCut?
consistent underlying
Press
thread
next and
running
enter an
through
audio
essentially
prompt and see
every
how
one
I
of them.
sound.
None of
Hey,
the
how are
genuinely
you
more
today?
effective
Are you ready to
methods
create with
documented here
CapCut?
rely
Press
primarily
next
on
and
brute
enter an
force
audio
or
prompt and see
sheer
how I
applied
sound.
volume,
Hey,
more
how are
traps
you today?
deployed,
Are you ready to
more
create with
hunters hired,
CapCut?
more money
Press next
spent on
and enter an
increasingly
audio prompt and see
sophisticated
how I
deterrent
sound.
technology.
Hey, how are you
Each
today?
individual
Are you ready to
method
create with
instead
CapCut?
starts from a
Press
fairly
next and
narrow
enter an audio
specific
prompt
underlying
and see how I
question.
sound.
What does
Hey,
this
how are
particular
you
animal
today?
actually
Are you ready to create with
biologically need
CapCut?
in order to survive?
Press next and enter an
How
audio
does it
prompt and
genuinely
see how I
perceive the
sound.
environment
Hey,
immediately
how are you
around
today?
it?
Are you ready to
Weeknight
create with
vision
CapCut?
becomes a genuine
Press next
opportunity
and
for
enter
an
an audio
inexpensive
prompt and see
fence
how I
redesign
sound.
costing a small
Hey, how
fraction
are you
of what a
today?
high
Are you ready to create with
voltage
CapCut?
electrified system
Press
typically
next and
runs.
enter an audio prompt
An
and see how I
extraordinarily
sound.
capable sense of
Hey,
smell
how are you
becomes
today?
a
Are you
practical
ready to create
tool
with
for
CapCut?
redirection rather
Press
than an
next and enter an
obstacle
audio
requiring
prompt and see how I
futile
sound.
attempts at concealment.
Hey, how are you today?
A
Are
predictable,
you ready to create with
consistent
CapCut?
daily activity rhythm
Press next and
becomes a
enter an audio
meaningful
prompt and
scheduling
see how I
advantage
sound.
for anyone
Hey,
monitoring
how
the
are you
property.
today? Are you
The
ready to
basic
create with
biological
CapCut?
requirement for regular
Press
water
next and
access
enter an audio
becomes a
prompt
form
and
of
see how I
leverage that
sound.
no amount amount of learned
how are you
caution
today?
or
Are you ready to create with
experience
CapCut?
can ultimately
Press
overcome
next
and
and
enter
enter
an audio prompt and see how I sound.
Explosively
Hey,
high
how are you
reproductive
today?
rate
Are you ready to
becomes
create
the
with
core
CapCut?
argument for pursuing
Press next
population.
and enter an audio prompt
Level
and see how I
biological
sound.
tools rather than
Hey,
relying
how are you today?
exclusively
Are you ready to
on
create
one-off
with CapCut?
physical removal campaigns
Press next and enter an
that
audio
inevitably
prompt and
need
see
to be
how I sound.
repeated indefinitely.
Hey, how are you today?
None of this
Are you ready
collectively
to create
means
with
feral
CapCut?
hogs or anywhere
Press
close
next
to
and enter
being
an audio
genuinely
prompt and see
solved
how
as
I
a
sound.
nationwide
Hey,
agricultural
how are
and
you today?
ecological
Are you ready to
problem.
create with CapCut?
The overall
Press
population,
next and enter an
along
audio
with the
prompt and see
associated
how I sound.
economic and environmental
Hey, how
damage,
are you today?
is
Are
still
you ready to
climbing
create
in
with
most of the
CapCut?
individual states
Press
where
next
these
and enter
animals
an audio
become
prompt and see
firmly
how I sound.
established.
Hey,
But the
how are
available
you
evidence
today?
does
Are you ready to
strongly
create with
suggest
CapCut?
that the more
Press
genuinely
next and
successful
enter an audio
control
prompt
efforts
and see how
currently
I sound.
underway
Hey,
are emerging
how are you
less
today?
from
Are you
simply
ready to
larger
create with
allocated
CapCut?
budgets,
Press
and
next and
considerably
enter an
more
audio
from
prompt and
patient,
see how I
sustained,
sound.
close
Hey,
observation
how are you
of
today?
exactly
Are you ready
how
to
these
create with
particular
CapCut?
animals
Press
actually
next and
behave.
enter an audio
And
prompt
see
and
their
see how I sound.
surroundings,
Hey,
process
how are
scent
you today?
information,
Are you ready to
and
create with
physically
CapCut?
survive under
Press
real
next and
environmental
enter an
pressure,
audio prompt
then
and see how I
translating that
sound.
accumulated
Hey, how are
understanding
you today?
directly into
Are
the
you ready to
underlying
create with
design of the
CapCut?
response itself.
Press next and enter
Rather
an
than
audio
simply
prompt and see
throwing
how I sound.
progressively more resources
Hey, how
at
are
the
you today?
exact
Are
same
you ready to create
conventional
with
methods
CapCut?
that have
Press
already
next and
repeatedly
enter an
proven
audio prompt and see
unreliable
how I
against an
sound.
animal, this
Hey,
genuinely
how are you today?
adaptable and
Are you
quick
ready to
to
create
learn.
with CapCut? What makes this particular story worth paying attention to beyond the immediate practical
how are you
test.
today? Are you ready to create with CapCut?
What it demonstrates
Press
more
next
broadly
and
about
enter an audio
tackling
prompt and
seemingly
see how I
intractable
sound.
problems generally.
Hey, how are you today?
For
Are
decades,
you ready to create
the
with
dominant
CapCut?
approach to feral
Press
hog
next
control
and enter
has
an audio
amounted
prompt
to
and see how I
escalation.
sound.
Higher
Hey,
fence
how are you
voltage,
today?
more
Are you ready to
aggressive
create
poison
with CapCut?
formulations,
Press
larger
next and
organized
enter an
hunting
audio
operations,
prompt and see how I
more
sound.
elaborate and expensive
Hey,
trap
how are you
designs.
today? Are you ready to
For
create
just
with
as many
CapCut?
decades,
Press
the
next and
underlying
enter an
hog
audio
population
prompt and see
kept
how I
growing
sound.
steadily,
Hey,
regardless
how are you
of
today?
how much
Are you
additional
ready to
force
create
got
with
applied
CapCut?
to the problem.
Press next and enter
What
an audio
actually
prompt
started
and see how I
shifting the
sound.
trajectory in some
Hey,
of these
how are you
documented
today?
cases
Are you ready to create
wasn't
with
a
CapCut?
fundamentally new
Press
or more
next and enter
powerful
an
piece
audio
of
prompt and see
technology
how I
at all.
sound.
Hey, it was a
how are you
basic
today?
shift
Are you
in
ready to
framing,
create with CapCut?
moving away from asking
Press
how do we
next and enter
overpower
an
this
audio
animal
prompt and see how I
more,
sound.
and toward asking
Hey,
instead,
how are you today?
what does
Are you
this
ready to
animal's
create
own
with CapCut?
biology and behavior
Press
pattern
next and
actually
enter an
reveal
audio
about
prompt
where
and see
it's
how I
genuinely
sound.
vulnerable?
Hey, how are you today?
That reframing
Are you
turned
ready to
out to
create
matter
with CapCut?
considerably more than the
Press next
specific
and enter
dollar
an audio
amount
prompt
attached
and
to
see
any
how I
individual
sound.
deterrent
Hey,
or
how are
control
you
method
today?
being
Are
deployed.
you ready to create with
There's
CapCut?
also a broader
Press
lesson
next
embedded
and
here
enter an
about
audio
the
prompt
specific
and see how
limits
I
of
sound.
pure removal-based
Hey, how are you
strategies
today? Are
when
you ready to
confronting
create with
any
CapCut?
sufficiently fast
Press next and
reproducing
enter an
population,
audio prompt and see how I
whether that
sound.
population happens
Hey,
to be
how are you
feral
today?
hogs,
Are you ready to create with
invasive plant
CapCut?
species,
Press next
or
and
any
enter
number
an
of
audio
other
prompt and
ecological
see how I
management
sound.
challenges
Hey,
researchers
how are you
regularly
today?
confront.
Are you ready to create with
Removal
CapCut?
alone, no matter
Press
how
next and
aggressively
enter an
or
audio prompt and
consistently
see
it
how I
gets
sound.
pursued,
Hey,
tends
how
to
are you
function
today?
best as
Are
a
you
way
ready
of
to create
managing
with
a
CapCut?
population's rate of
Press
growth
next and enter
rather
an
than
audio prompt
genuinely
and see how I
eliminating that
sound.
population
Hey,
outright.
how are you today? Are you ready
Particularly
to create with
once the
CapCut?
underlying reproductive
Press next and
biology
enter
is
an audio
capable
prompt
of
and see how I sound.
outpacing whatever
Hey,
removal
how are
effort
you
is
today?
applied
Are
on
you
a
ready to
seasonal
create with
basis.
CapCut?
That's precisely
Press
why
next
the
and enter
research
an audio
community is
prompt
growing
and see how I
interest in
sound.
tools like
Hey, how are you today?
immunocontraceptive
Are you ready to
vaccines
create with CapCut?
represents something
Press
more than
next and
simply
enter an
another
audio
available
prompt and see
tactic
how I
sitting
sound.
alongside fences.
Hey, how are you
Home
today?
traps
Are you
and
ready to
drones.
create with CapCut?
It represents a
Press
genuine
next and
attempt
enter
to
an audio
address the
prompt and see
actual
how I
underlying
sound.
mathematics
Hey,
driving the
how are you
broader
today?
problem,
Are you ready to
rather
create
than
with
continuing
CapCut?
to treat only
Press
its
next and
immediate
enter
visible
audio
symptoms
prompt and see how
on
I
a rolling
sound.
basis.
Hey,
For
how are you
landowners
today?
and
Are you ready to
agricultural
create with
operations
CapCut?
still actively
Press
fighting
next
this
and enter
exact
an audio
battle
prompt
across
and see how I
Texas,
sound.
Florida,
Hey,
New
how are
Mexico,
you today?
and dozens
Are you
of
ready
other
to create
affected
with
states
CapCut?
scattered
Press
throughout
next
the
and enter
country.
an audio prompt
The
and see how
accumulated
I
lesson
sound.
from these
Hey,
more
how are you
successful
today? Are you ready to
understanding-based
create with
approaches
CapCut?
isn't necessarily
Press
that
next
any
and
one
enter an audio
specific
prompt and
tactic
see how I
represents a
sound.
permanent
Hey, how are
universal
you today?
solution
Are
on
you
its
ready
own.
to create with CapCut?
Fence redesign,
Press next
set
and
and enter
quarters.
audio prompt,
Precisely
precisely
how I
timed
sound.
trapping windows.
Hey, how are you
Controlled
today?
water
Are you ready
access
to create
points
with
and emerging
CapCut?
contraceptive
Press
tools
next and enter an
all
audio
appear
prompt
to
and
work
see how I
considerably
sound.
better
Hey,
in coordinated
how are you today?
combination
Are
with
you
one
ready to
another
create with
than
CapCut?
any single method
Press
does
next and
entirely
enter
in
an audio
isolation.
prompt and see how I
A consistent
sound.
through line
Hey,
connecting
how are you
all of
today?
them is
Are you
simply
ready
a
to create with
documented
CapCut?
willingness to
Press
genuinely
next and
study
enter
the
an audio
animal
prompt
itself
and see how I
first,
sound.
carefully,
Hey, how are
patiently,
you
and
today? Are
specifically
you ready to create with
before
CapCut?
committing
Press
significant
next and
additional
enter an audio
resources toward
prompt
the
and see
next
how I sound.
escalation in
Hey,
an
how
ongoing
are you
fight
today?
that
Are
raw
you ready to
force
create
alone
with
has already
CapCut?
repeatedly
Press next and
demonstrated
enter an
it
audio
cannot
prompt and see how I
reliably win.
sound.